Thus begin. Dress properly for the occasion. I'm just wearing swim shorts so I can splash. Plug your clean bathtub and fill it up with warm water. Unless you're working with laundry that requires you to use cold water, then fill it with cold water. There's my load of laundry. Detergent. I have enough water that it's layered up, so I'm just gonna spread that out. Manual agitator. This is the one I bought. I didn't find any other ones anyway. You don't necessarily need an agitator. You can use your foot. Get all that detergent mixed up in there. If you have delicate skin, then use detergent that is not going to irritate your skin. Get everything soaked. Step next, set a timer for 15 minutes. And now, you're just gonna shift the clothes around and agitate them. So what I like to do is a grid pattern. I'll start in a corner and just agitate across, down, across. The agitator is sucking the soapy water through the fabric. Across. And I just move down like the centipede thing. The water level with the laundry should be the consistency of a hearty soup or a stew. If you don't have an agitator, you can use your feet. Once I do the grid pattern, I use my feet to shift the clothes because you don't want to be like washing the same folds over and over and missing other ones. Sometimes I'll even like pull something out so that I can get to different spots in the clothes. And then the grid pattern starts over again. I'll try to do this with one hand so you can see. You want to be aware of where your drain plug is too, because you don't want to shove your toes into it. Look at how disgusting this water is. Unfortunately, in my stupid bathtub, it drains very slowly, so I had to fill it back up again and put more detergent in it. If you have to do that, just try not to dump detergent like directly onto your clothes, because that can cause detergent stains and then you have to wash the clothing again. "15 minutes is up, so time to drain the dirty water." So do you see how disgusting this water is? That's why we have to rinse it. Rinsing is actually not just to get the soap out, it's to get the rest of the dirty water out of the clothes. So it's a mandatory part of the process. Plug the drain again and fill it up again. Now that we have a new laundry soup, you don't need the agitator for this one. Use it if you want, but you're just making sure that the water flows through the fabric. I don't set a timer for the rinse part. I just make sure I give attention to everything in here. Drain the water again. Now that the water's all drained, these clothes are still soaked, so what I like to do is I kind of squish them into the corner. You can use your feet to squish the water out so that your clothes are not soaking. Turn it a little bit so that you can get the water that's trapped in the back. I haven't turned on my bathroom fan because I want to make sure the audio comes in well, but you should. Now that everything is pretty wringed out, I'm gonna move everything away from the side. Whoops, I almost forgot I was gonna show you one more thing. Washerboard. If you have stains, washerboard. Well, you can use a washerboard regardless, but it's pretty simple. If I have a stain, I just use this thing. And you can actually use regular bar soap for this. I think I saw something on this pillowcase. There we go, there's a little mark on there. So I'm just gonna grab the bar soap. Get this wet again without getting my wringed out laundry more wet. Switch sides of the bathtub. Water. Water. Obviously you can pre-treat this with a spray, but it's very easy. You just, if I can do this with both hands, that would be great. So wherever the mark is, you just aggressively soap it up. And you turn it around. And you rub on the washerboard. And you just keep checking it. If it's still there, you rinse. Clothes back to the center. And I'm just gonna put the drying rack right in the bathtub. Bigger things go up first. I like to start where it's more difficult to access first because it's easier that way. Hair. If you're drying your clothes like this, make sure you do your laundry sooner rather than later because it's going to take a day or two for whatever you need to be dry. That's how you do your laundry without laundry machines and without a laundromat. Thus end.